and gentlemen, welcome to this amazing day, the 2018. You guys are clapping, yeah, we're gonna have a good day. The 2018 $100,000 business pitch competition. Our competitors have worked really hard to get to this point, and I don't know about all of you, but I cannot wait to see them pitch. Beforehand, we have a few things that I would like to take care of. First and foremost, we have the president of Arundel Community College, Dr. Dawn Lindsay, here to do an official welcome to all of you and to our live stream audience.
There is so much energy in this room, it's amazing. Welcome everybody to our college, and special thanks to our special guest today. So many of you probably know Arundel Community College has been around for over 50 years, serving this community and the educational needs of the people that work and live in Anne Arundel. So academic excellence, opportunities, entrepreneurship, people come here to redefine their lives. And our students are literally not only redefining their lives, but changing our entire structure around the college and the community. So today we're at a huge competition. I was telling Carly, I usually come in and do an introduction, but I'm going to sit back there for a little while because I want to see what's going on here. This is really, really exciting. And I really, really welcome you, but I also really want to make special thanks to the Radcliffe Foundation and to Capital One for being our financial sponsors for this opportunity. So you are about to see an amazing contest. Nothing like Shark Tank at AACC, our own version, and if we didn't have a sponsorship, we wouldn't be able to do these programs. So thank you so, so much for
Before we get on with the students, though, the students probably want to know a little bit about who the Sharks are today. You all want to know who the Sharks are today. All right, so we're just going to start at this end. We will start, and it's called the Sharks. If you'll, also known as our super awesome judges, if you all will just stand up, turn around, let everybody know who you are, that would be great. So we'll start with Tina Davenport, director of the Radcliffe Foundation.
I'm a co-trustee of the Radcliffe Foundation.
And Tina has an amazing background in everything from retail merchandising, doing business with the government, all kinds of business executive experience, so wealth of knowledge to share with our students along this journey. So thank you for being here. The amazing Candace Pruitt.
Hello, I'm Candace Pruitt. I'm the SBDC Business Consultant for Anne Arundel County, and I teach Introduction to Entrepreneurship here at the Community College.
Where do you teach Introduction to Entrepreneurship?
Here at the Anne Arundel Community College.
And Candace has been in your shoes. As a student at Salisbury University, she competed in their shore hatchery competition, so she's pitched and had part of a lineage of family-owned businesses, so an entrepreneur herself, and super awesome resource for our students here. So thanks for being here, Candace. And for those of you that know, our retired professor, entrepreneur, actually serial entrepreneur, lots of startups, still owns some businesses, retired professor from Arundel Community College, now living in Medellin, Colombia, who came back to support all of you because, you know, when she was a professor here, she never got to judge. We don't get to judge. Now she gets to judge. I didn't say your name. Professor Joyce Esro. And Bill Corman, right on time, man. Walk as you talk down the steps. A serial entrepreneur, amazing executive, has this wealth of knowledge from technology to healthcare, numerous startups, runs a bunch of different companies. Mr. Bill Corman! All right, and one of our sponsors we already mentioned before, but I'd like to introduce Andrew Carlson. Andrew gets a special shout out because since I've been back in this role doing this, Andrew has come out every January and done a workshop for our students on pitching your business, what business bankers look for. He's helped us get volunteer bankers to come in and do business coaching. He's been one of those volunteer business coaches. Your commitment with your time, your energy, your wisdom is remarkable. Obviously, we're grateful for the financial support too, but it's so much more than that. So, Mr. Andrew Carlson, stand up. We have our math wizard, right? You gotta have the math professor that can make sure the numbers are right. But Dr. Alicia Marshall is more than that to all of us. She too is an entrepreneur. She got her own tutoring side, gig economy business, a former math professor and now the Associate Vice President of Learning and Academic Affairs right here at Arundel Community College, Dr. Alicia Marshall. All right, so I will go over in between presenters a little more detail, but I'm ready to roll. Are you all ready to roll? Yeah. All right, so our first presenters, start making your way down here. Each of our presenters will get 2 minutes to pitch, and then the judges will get 5 minutes for Q&A. Our judges have all done their homework, they've all read these plans and scored these plans, and so they're going to come ready with difficult, challenging questions. So kicking off our event today, we have with us Mr. Nick Corelli. Hunter Davis, I forgot Hunter's last name. Mayor of Annapolis and Cent. Gentlemen, the clock starts now.
Thank you. So I'd just like to start by thanking everyone who helped make this event possible, all the mentors, professors, and all of you who are attending. So hi, my name is Nick Corelli.
And I'm Hunter Davis,
And we are,
Annapolis Ascent. We are both licensed and insured drone pilots
in Anne Arundel County.
We improve traditional real estate marketing by utilizing drone technology.
Real estate agents have limited time for professional marketing, as they're torn between buyer and seller with the goal of satisfying both. Not an easy job by any means.
Annapolis Ascent provides custom photo and video packages to the clients, which we do exceptionally well.
We've had the pleasure of working with some of the top real estate agents in all of Maryland.
Of the dozens of local real estate agents we have surveyed, over 90% said our services were useful and needed.
The symbiotic relationships that we've formed with some of the largest companies within this industry has allowed us to utilize their pre-existing networks for our growth.
Our services have been featured in over $19 million worth of real estate locally. With my background in robotics,
Plus my passion for photography and business, we make the ideal team.
we are seeking $22,500 for updated equipment, software, and marketing to stay ahead of the competition.
Sharks, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, one of our videos will leave you breathless. Thank you.
All right, Sharks, question time is open.
How did you test your concept?
So we conducted market research through a study of a survey that we sent out to over 36 real estate agents, and of the responses we got gave us the data which we said the 90%.
Perfect. Who's some of your local competitors that you have been working with in the marketplace?
So we have competitors, and then we have strategic partners.
Okay.
Those strategic partners could be seen as competitors, but because of our relationship with them, we actually work together. So some of our competitors would be Edge Aerial, and then Aloft Aerial, Mid-Atlantic Aerial.
And then, of course, the indoor photography companies that have been around for 15 years or so. But they've been utilizing sort of an Uber of drones, and they have not been satisfied, which is where we come in and contract with them, maintaining the quality.
So you've had some strategic partnerships with those indoor photographers?
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So what would you guys say is your key that sets you apart from the competition?
So I'd say that our key is definitely quality. We're the local guys, and we do a really great job. We know our clients, and we know them really well, and it takes time to know the client really well. We've isolated the real estate industry or market as our specialty, whereas some of our competitors have really broadened their scope and try to serve a large amount of different industries. And by doing so, they don't particularly know the needs of their client in real estate as well as we do. Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how you would plan to use some of the money for the marketing, like the marketing plan?
Absolutely. So we've asked for $6,000 to be used over the course of 2 years. It'd be primarily spent on Facebook advertising and then Instagram shout-outs from larger accounts.
Are you currently in business?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much money are you currently making and your return on what you've invested so far?
So this is a low-cost startup company because all we need really is the drones, and that's mainly it. Once we do that, we've estimated about 8,000 so far, but by the end of August, we project to double our sales just with our new contracts that we signed.
When did you start? When did you form your company?
So the company officially formed for the Articles of Organization in 2016, not having known a single thing about business at all. And later along the line, I met Hunter, and combined with his experience in robotics and my passion and love for photography and business, we've kind of found our way.
So when did you get your first client? When you start actually?
I'd say probably 8 months after I actually filed the official LLC.
Thank you.
Judges, any other questions?
I have one question. With drones specifically, there are a lot of restrictions on flight patterns and flight patterns, right? We have a ton of different airports, not just the big airports in the area, but small local airports. So how does that impact like how you market to where you market, or just the overall business itself? Have you accounted for that?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Near the airports, we are limited to where we get super close to the airport, but our marketing is not very effective. It may cost more to fly in that area because then we have to apply for a special drone FAA regulation, and we have to communicate with the towers at the actual airport. But we are also actually working on being able to fly in DC within that area, which is strictly off limits right now.
As of how things stand right now, there's a 30-mile radius from DC, which is a no-fly zone. We've put in 2 applications to be approved to fly within the outer ring of that.
Yes.
People have been beginning to get approved for that. Small local airports like Lee Airport, the radius is only 5 miles. And if you maintain communication with air traffic control, then you're allowed access within that area, which we have done so far.
And we've also already completed the first stages into being able to fly into DC. There's multiple stages that each government agency has to go through to make sure we're okay.
All right, we got 15 seconds if somebody wants to squeeze in a last question. All right, gentlemen. And while the judges write themselves notes and we do a transition between teams, I'll take a minute to share with you how our finalists were actually selected. We had 17 complete business plans submitted online. The 26 actually signed up to compete. 17 were complete plans that the judges reviewed. And this is an opportunity for me to acknowledge, in addition to the judges that you see here today, Karen Cook, Christian Hendricks, Carolina Seldis, Janice Walker, all reviewed the preliminary plans and were part of this judging process. So the criteria that the judges looked at is the viability of our students' plans. Are they already selling? Are they making money? Have they clearly defined their target market? Do the judges, in other words, see this as a feasible, viable business opportunity going forward? You may wonder, who are our competitors today? These are Anne Arundel Community College students. They're taking classes here. They're just like many of you in the audience. 8 of the 12 students presenting today are Radcliffe scholars. So they have earned, they had to apply. Getting that scholarship is very competitive. It's about 25% of those who apply get that scholarship. It is up to $12,000 and it pays for everything, tuition, fees, and books. All the things that a student is required to complete their associate's degree here at Anne Arundel Community College. In addition, these students are participating in the Entrepreneurs Club activities here on campus. We also have many of them as entrepreneurship majors. But as you can see already, we have students from lots of different disciplines here on campus. Robotics, art, photography, you'll see massage therapy and baking. So we like the idea that we attract students from all over campus, because the reality is entrepreneurs are everywhere, right? So we look forward to that. You may be wondering, what are the students competing for today? $50,000 in seed funds. Did you guys hear that? That's $50,000 in seed funds to invest in their businesses. Woo! For those who are not already Radcliffe Scholars, they have the opportunity to compete for the Radcliffe Scholarship and membership in our Student Business Incubator. All right?
Hold on, I'm trying to solve it. Where you are? It's not strong enough. I brought the strongest one. Oh, she's getting these one. Yay, thank you. Great. Now I lost my pen.
This is what we call Plan B on the fly.
No, thank you. I have more, don't worry.
Okay. Judges ready? Gigi's ready? Catch your breath for a second. You're one of those. Breathe deep. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is Adriana Gigi Maresca with Blue Photo Bus LLC. Clock starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like you to see what I do and share it with you today so you can invest with me. My core belief is that social interaction is extremely a positive emotion. Blue Photo Bus, what happened to Blue Photo Bus? Blue Photo Bus provokes this positive emotion. It's a social interaction inside the bus. Blue Photo Bus drives to your event, whether it's a wedding, a bar mitzvah, birthday party, corporate event, or Arundel Community College graduation party. So what we did was we put a photo booth inside the bus, and then what we do is we take a picture, and then every 12.5 seconds we give you the nostalgic photo strips. Last year we did 21 events, and we shot 6,000 pictures. We also, as of this morning, I have booked 19 events already for this year. So we've exceeded our goals, or my goal, because I'm a one-woman show. So this is, I just want to share with you, this is a wedding that we did on the Wye River. And what happened here was everybody was by the bus, inside the bus. And they were not on the dance floor. They were at the bus. The groom came up to me, I'm not kidding you, 25 times and thanked me. And that's not a staged picture, that's a real picture. This is the emotion of the positive feedback. Sorry, I could talk all day.
All right, judges, your 5 minutes begins.
That was fast. How do you plan on using the funds that you may win here today?
I would like to invest it into marketing, more marketing. Marketing, video marketing, wedding wire, the knot. These are very, very important because every bride that calls me, they want to know if I'm on wedding wire and if I'm on the knot. A lot of my business is for weddings. I'm doing corporate events, I've done Bands in the Sand, I've done the Balloon Festival, I did the Chocolate Festival downtown in partnership with downtown Annapolis. So the marketing end of it is extremely important, very, very vital, because I can move it, I can make it bigger. I need marketing funds, and that's how it is, yeah.
Your plan mentioned a second bus.
Yes.
How far out into the future do you think that would be?
Well, I think what I'd like to do, if I could book at least 50 events this year, then I'm ready for another bus, definitely. I'm also, FYI, I'm debt-free, because whatever money I made last year, I paid myself back. So I have a little bit of capital to work with. Yes?
Who's your main competition?
Who is my main competition? Actually, I'm the only VW bus, where is it? I got lost again. I am the only VW bus in the DC area, and Delaware and Maryland. So my main competition is not really competition. How do I explain that? I think we feed off of each other. Like if somebody has, I also do inside photo booths. Right, where is it? I also do huge backdrops inside photo booths. So if, say, somebody can't do a wedding, they call me or I'll call them if I'm overbooked on that particular date. So I don't know if I'm in competition. You know, people call me for the bus. I hope that answers your question.
So there are other photo booth companies that will do weddings and interior stuff.
Oh, yes,
In
definitely.
terms of the niche of the bus being, are there other mobile photo booth studios?
No,
So
no,
nobody else
no.
will bring something and set it
Right,
up outside
right,
and just,
right. Not next to your house, so I pulled up next to somebody's house, you know, out on the Wye River, we were back there. No, there's no other mobile buses, so I'm sort of by myself. I thought of this by myself. I didn't know they existed in California, so I didn't know that. Yeah, so I'm the only one, so if you need a blue photo bus at your event.
is Blue Photo Bus trademark? Do you own a trademark or any?
It's in the process, yes. I submitted that application and I'm almost done with that application. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely, Blue Photo Bus. And then I'm also trademarking www.bluephotobus.com because that's very important. Because somebody could steal that from underneath me. So I have to do 2 trademarks actually. Yes?
What are your plans for expansion? Because obviously you're one person team.
Yes, exactly. Well, so far I've used interns, so I don't have a salary to pay anybody. Basically, as I'm growing, like I'm doing Denims and Diamonds on Saturday at Anne Arundel Medical Center. So that's a $1,500 event for me. So that's great, so I can hire somebody. And I just looked into workman's comp and all of that. So I'm right there, And on that sheet, it shows you exactly, like I'll be paying the social engagement specialist $20, I'll be paying the camera specialist $20, and then the prop person $10. He only gets $10 because they just run the props back and forth. And I do have $2,000 worth of props. So that really is incredible because everybody that hires me, they're like, why do you have so many props? Because then they get to choose everything and it's a lot of fun.
It strikes me that there's some seasonality to the photo bus specifically.
Yes,
in
there
terms
is.
of that business. How do you account for that seasonality of that? Good.
So what I have to tell you this, Andrew, is that this is very unusual. So
I've been to many weddings and I've never stood in front of, what is that called? It's called a
step and repeat.
Yeah.
Step and repeat. So this is an open air photo booth, okay? So you're not shoved in. And then you walk through. But what's special is that these are 8 by 10. They're ginormous and they're very realistic. And then I have, this is was a wedding, so this is like just an armoire that I put everything in. It's very special when brides see that they go all gaga.
And Gigi, the judge's time's up.
Oh, you sure?
All right. You're gonna get infomercials from me between every transition. And if you have phones, they're picking those up on the live stream. So if you can just turn your ringers off, that would be awesome. Except for Terry, who's timing. So for those of you that are not familiar with the business pitch competition, or you've seen it in past years, what's different now is that we no longer do a first, second, and third place. Instead, the judges have the opportunity to evaluate our competitors here today, and they will make a decision based on their written plans that were previously submitted, as well as their presentations and responses to the Q&A today, to deliberate and determine financial awards of seed funds, potential for scholarship money, as well as membership in our incubator. When will they find out if they won any money? When would you like for them to know? Today? Today? Like right now? All right, well, because we aim to please, we're going to tell you all today. So the judges will get sequestered into a room, sort of like the green room. We'll have some vegetables for them. We don't want to give them too many good things because then they'll stay there for a long time. But we'll deliberate. We'll come back and we'll do an award ceremony in the Nook. And in the Nook, we will also announce the new class of Radcliffe Scholars. We had a deadline several weeks ago, and the selection committee has determined our scholarship recipients as well. So we'll have lots of great things to announce for folks. Is there somebody behind that? No. Okay. All right, carry on. They get a Happy Meal? I love the cat in the hat. Grab yourself a cat in the hat. This falls into all other duties as assigned.
Sorry, Ernie, I don't have a checklist for her in my Actually, I only have the first 3.
Andrew, you know how I roll. I always got a backup, right?
That's why I raised my hand. I only have 3.
We have a Xerox of 2 Davenport, so we'll just put her name through it. There. All right, business lesson there, right, guys? Yeah, we're always ready for the unexpected. Everybody ready now? Good? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, we have Kisho Wiggins with Bubbles and Blocks Playhouse. And the clock starts now.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Have you ever experienced the economic challenge where you couldn't find reliable resources for childcare? Or know someone that had that problem? Well, I know I have. I've practiced in the medical field for 15 years, and I've seen an abundance of call-outs and a shortage in nursing, and one of the reasons was due to childcare. And now I have a solution. Childcare for healthcare professionals. Hi, I'm Kisho Wiggins, the Chief Executive Officer of Bubbles and Blocks Playhouse. Bubbles and Blocks Playhouse is a place to play, learn, and grow together, and has entered the market to provide childcare services for working families and healthcare professionals that express a need for childcare. We offer life enrichment programs that are aligned with the Maryland State Department of Education and approved learning curriculums. Our philosophy focuses on the STEM program, which consists of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, in a fun, safe, and bubbly environment. We accept infants and toddlers, preschool, and school-age children on the full-time, part-time, weekend care, drop-in care, you name it, and Bubbles and Blocks have it. What sets us apart from other child care centers is that we are open 7 days a week. We offer weekends, extended hours, affordable tuition, and a nurse on site. In front of you, you have a sample of the healthy meals and snacks that we provide to our children throughout the day. Today, we are seeking $25,000 to go towards the total startup cost for Bubbles and Blocks Playhouse, which consists of playground equipment for our children to go out and play and explore, classroom equipment for our children to learn, in addition to a security deposit for a commercial property. With your investment today, we could be open by the end of 2018. Thank you and enjoy your meal.
What location do you have your eye on?
Annapolis. Absolutely. It's definitely a demand in Annapolis.
Okay.
What are your insurance costs versus your profits? And, because I know with child care, there's a lot of insurances involved.
Insurances in terms of liability?
Liability insurance, et cetera, when you're dealing with children.
Mhm. I think that will only come into play if I get a company vehicle and take them off campus, off the premises. But as far as like the facility, I definitely do the insurance, so they will be covered. Yes.
Do you have a cost versus your profits, or have you
As far
done
as-
that research yet on the insurance?
Yeah. So I contact State Farm. They gave me a premium rate, $650, and then over a scale of a year, it will be $55 a month.
And is that for in-home or a facility or?
That is for, they price me for in-home, they don't offer it for a child care center, so in terms of when I do have a center, then I would have to find someone else. Mhm. Yes.
Are you open, when you say 7 days a week, does that mean all year, holidays? How does holidays factor in?
7 days a week. We operate just like the hospitals do. University of Maryland, Anne Arundel Medical Center, and Howard General are open 7 days a week. We are considered essential personnel, so will the child care staff will be considered essential personnel.
Okay, and people would just, it's like they're paid by the hour or?
Paid by the hour, yes.
What was the cost per hour?
For the kids, so give or take, if I had 20 kids, I'm charging $350 a week. So I will gross $7,000 a week. That's $28,000 a month, and that's $364,000 a year.
Okay, but when you're talking about having people coming in and out, it sounds like you would probably have a transient population of kids. That's what I'm thinking about this for, like people that may need childcare at certain times, like on holidays or weekends, so they may not be. You may not have you may have a subset of customers that are transient and not all the time, and they're dropping in. So have you
That's
factored
what
that in?
I'm offering it, full-time, part-time, weekend care, drop-in care. So yes, I specify that. So I have my staff set up to where though if I do have a need for someone that is coming in weekends, my staff is covered for weekends. So we'll rotate the same thing how hospitals do every other weekend. My staff will do the same thing every other weekend.
Okay, well, my question to you is, have you thought about how that will affect your cash flow in terms of you're going to have space for people to come in. So you won't have the same 20 kids in there all the time. You might have 20 spots. You might have 10 kids that are there all the time. You might have 5 kids that come on Saturdays because their parent works on Saturdays and they just need it for that day. So have you thought about how you work that in terms of the numbers with it not all necessarily being people that are going to be there, the same people all the time?
Mm-hmm. So the drop-in piece is where that part would come in at. So they would pay on weekends, drop-in care rate. Yes. Yes.
What's your funding strategy for the entire project? Because I'm assuming the 25,000 wouldn't be enough to cover the full project. Where are the other funds?
So this is a startup business, and the $25,000 is going towards the total cost of the child care expenses, so I'll be seeking other funding as well.
Have you had any just initial conversations with potential funding sources?
Yes, I went to Kisho at SBDC, and I also went to Anne Arundel Economic Development Center as well, and then also Latino Economic Development Center as well.
And I know there's certain rules, as you mentioned the state of Maryland, like if you have so many kids, you have to have a director, right, of child care, and
Yes.
that person has to have a certain level of training and degree, so do you have that in your plan for scalability? as you
Yes,
go?
yes, I do. I specified that the director will be being paid by the hour, $18.50 an hour. In the beginning, I will be the director, and I will be the future nurse on site. So I had my certifications, and I uploaded that in my appendices. Yes.
All right, judges, you got a minute left. Any other burning questions there? All right, thank you.
All right. Who's seen the summer stretch promotional material here at AACC? Raise your hands if you already signed up for summer classes. Yeah, oh, you guys are warming my heart. That's a beautiful thing. Yep. One of the things that we like to say here at Arundel Community College is register early, register often. On the back of the postcard that's coming around, you will see that we have listed all the entrepreneurship classes that are running this summer. In addition, you'll see our open houses. How many of you would like to know how you could learn everything you need to know to compete in this competition next year? Yeah, I'm seeing some hands in the air. Come to the open house. We have 2 of them scheduled. Tuesday, May 1st from 2 to 4, and Tuesday, May 8th from 4 to 6. We'll answer your questions about our classes, about our certificate, our degree, talk to you about how you can apply for the Radcliffe Scholarship if you don't already have that. We'll do a summer deadline. We'll have information about that. We'll share information about the pitch competition, about other opportunities you have here at Arundel Community College. In addition, we like to have fun while we work. So May 1st is Taco Tuesday. We serve tacos. May 8th is Chick-fil-A Day. So we'll be serving Chick-fil-A because we know how students love Chick-fil-A. So come on out to one of the open houses. You will also have a chance to meet some of our students that are pitching here today, as well as some of our Radcliffe scholars.
You guys good? You good, guys? All right. Hold on, don't go yet. Oh, sorry, you're gonna have to get out of there. Judges, everybody ready? All right, ladies and... Something to hand out today? Oh, real quick. That's an afterthought right there. Good thing you run fast.
I know.
For those of you on the live stream, she just ran all the way over to the cult building. And she's already back. That is fast. All right. Well, she needs hands out, her super fancy handouts there. I will introduce our next team. We have with us Elated Harmonies Massage. We've got Nora Carter. Shanice Ruffin, who's on the run. On the run, baby. And Shannon Ruffin. Please welcome Elated Harmonies Massage.
Hello all, my name is Shayla, and that is Nora, our lead therapist with Shannon from Guest Relations at Elated Harmonies Massage. based out of Bowie, Maryland. Now, at Lady Harmony's Massage, we provide therapeutic massage services and products that encourage individuals to invest in moments of peace. Now, we've been running all over the DMV, introducing people to massage by providing seated chair massages in our pop-up studio. Well, after 3 years of events, such as farmers markets, health fairs, and 5K races, along with providing federal agency employees with seated chair massages during their day, we're looking to scale our event services with a brand new experience in our mobile massage studio bus. Yes, we will convert a 40-foot safety liner school bus into a multi-room mobile massage studio that allows us to provide foot, seated chair, and Thai stretch sessions to every community that we visit, thus encouraging you to build it into your routine health regimen. Now, if that's not convenient enough, we're looking to complement our mobile massage studio bus experience with an easy-to-use web-based mobile app that allows us to map the nearest bus location by zip code, schedule and pay for a session in advance, and check in at the bus all from their mobile device. So we tend to be attracting those professional men and women ages 32 to 65 with bachelor's degrees or more, living in the Northeast metropolitan region, but experiencing some sort of joint, nerve, or muscle pain. We are seeking $25,000 in funding to launch this mobile massage studio bus experience, where 20% will go to purchasing the bus, 60% will go to its build out, and the remaining 20% will go to the app development and securing licensing and insurance. So we're projecting to do about $3,000 to $5,000 per week in event sales during those warmer summer months, where we'll visit health expos, runs, and races. Again, our whole goal is to make massage more convenient and accessible, thus encouraging you to build it into your routine health regimen. Sorry I was running it.
All right, judges, questions?
Can you discuss some of your milestones that have occurred in the past year?
Yes. So after we did Arundel business plan competition last year and won some funding, we went and invested in new equipment. So we did 2 reflexology chairs, we did a new table, and we did another chair, some speakers, and that led to us getting this studio in USDA. So we have a lease space now, it's USDA, where we're doing the exact same thing, foot massage, seated chair, and Thai. Now we're looking to scale our outdoor events into this bus.
Is that lease space profitable right now?
We are, yes, but we're at very low overhead. It's only 1 therapist. And so we don't, our overhead is exceptionally low, so we're profitable, but we need to continue to build demand and sales.
That's good though.
Yeah.
You're not operating poorly. You have a small spot and you know
Yeah,
that you're
yeah.
operating the way it should be.
Yeah, but there's 7,000 people, 7,000 to 10,000 people on campus of those employees, so we're right there with them.
How do you market to them specifically?
So what we're doing is we're going up to the main cafeteria where a lot of them visit. That is also the Forest Building, and that is also DOE, which is Department of Energy. Lots of them come as well. And we have a demo counter. And so we have a banner, not this banner, but we have a banner, a demo counter where I sit and promote, knowing that, telling them that our studio is down in the promenade, and hand out flyers, business cards, and discount cards. So. Oh, yes.
So that was my question, it's a discount, do you do anything with referrals, like if your clients refer?
Yes, so some of our slower days on Mondays and Tuesdays, because we usually pick up in Thursdays and Fridays, we do 20% off. So if you're a regular customer, we have these loyalty cards. If you fill up 5, you get the 6th free. If you're done with that card, you get 20% off on Mondays and Tuesdays, coming to some of our slow days. And then so you also, if you refer a friend, they get 20% off.
What is the projected cost to retrofit the bus?
Okay, so with our bus, to purchase the bus or to build it out? Retrofit. So we're looking at, we have a cost estimate from a contractor, and we're looking at about $11,000 to $13,000 just to build out. And that really is them gutting the bus, them laying the floors, them doing the walls in it. We're going to use partitions to make more rooms, but yeah, so we already have a cost estimate for that. That was in the business.
And who would you say your number one competition?
We have there are mobile units. The thing is about them is that they do full body, so they're doing like one session in the entire bus, full body, or they're doing nails, hair, and like cooking. Like they're trying to do a spa day. We're strictly focused on health, so tie, stretch, and foot.
Once you get your bus, what's going to be your marketing strategy?
So we have a few events lined up in the workplace. We also have some races that wanted us to continue with the, because we already do have partnerships with races that we've been doing. We want to continue that, but bring out the studio bus where we have more sessions going on at once. Because right now, when we do sessions, it's in a canopy tent.
So you have a space in Bowie as well that you lease, or is that?
No, that was our own converted garage
Okay.
that we did full body. We jumped to the studio at downtown, and we're trying to
The
scale up.
studio will stay when the bus comes on as well. The idea is to have both of those.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, really what we're trying to do is create that space in government agencies where they have that promenade and just have those small studios where they can.
One delivery area.
And that helps us
channel,
out because this is, in the summer months, like in the warmer months, we're really popular. But
seasonality with that.
but to continue the sales, those studios really help us out.
How will your customers pay you in advance, or how will you work that out as far as collecting fees?
Right, so with the bus, we want to do the mobile app, so we want you to find us, we want you to pay online. We don't really want cash in the bus, risk-wise, mitigation of risk. We want you to pay through the app, and then check in when your scheduled time is to come in for a session. Right now, when we're at the studio, we do actually a POS system, so.
Do you plan on expanding that to other methods of payment, like iPay or other things other than just your app?
Just that. Yes. Once we get established, absolutely. But one of the biggest things is we want to mitigate risk, so no cash.
All right, for those of you that can't attend one of our open houses, we always have solutions, right? So you can grab one of our handy dandy brochures that's here today if you're in our live audience. For our digital audience out there in the universe, you can go to www.aacc.edu/ESI. What's that stand for? You guys are awesome! Yeah, it's the Entrepreneurial Studies Institute, where you can find lots of information about our courses that will help prepare you for your business venture in the future, or if you're a business owner now, we have a lot of courses that can help you grow that business, such as e-marketing, legal issues in business, small business accounting, you name it, we're here to support you and help you grow your business or get your new venture off the ground. We also have information about our scholarship program, our degree, transfer opportunities, the hatchery, our mini makerspace, and the list of really super cool, amazing things goes on and on. But I can see that our fantasy aquarium is ready to go, so I will stop holding up the show. Oh, we gotta wait for our judges, don't, sorry. You got stuff?
Yep.
Oh, these are beautiful.
Thank you.
I thought you were using decimal points. You know, the math professor. Decimal points is good. Anybody have any trash? Everybody good? All right. Just wait for our math wizards. Add things up. Ready to go? Yeah? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dalton Leonard, CEO, founder of Fantasy Aquariums.
afternoon, sharks. My name is Dalton Leonard, and I've devoted my whole life to this little fishy. But wait, let me tell you how. I'm owner and founder of Fantasy Aquariums. We're Annapolis' leading aquarium design, installation, and maintenance company. We go into your commercial residential property, design the perfect aquarium to fit into your current decor, install that aquarium with the industry's latest life support systems, and come back and maintain that tank on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis, ensuring our clients with very little knowledge or little know-how are able to own and enjoy a beautiful aquarium without ever getting their hands wet. So, with that, this company stems from my love for aquariums dating back to when I was inside of high school. My teacher gave me her aquarium for the summer. Fast forward 6 months later, I got the itch and set up over 12 tanks throughout my school. I received countywide accolades. After that, I realized after graduating that tank was coming to town. I scoured the internet for their CEO's email and sent them a letter. Before I knew it, I was on set and helping out with the install of a 1,100-gallon system. Right before this picture was taken, my idol shook my hand and said, "Dalton, if you're going to get into business maintaining aquariums, do it now." 1 week later, I started servicing aquariums throughout the Annapolis area in doctor's offices, lawyers' offices, and lobbies. Today, Fantasy Aquariums is the most knowledgeable individuals inside of the industry. We have traveled from coast to coast, investigating the industry's latest technologies and advancements in coral husbandry, allowing our clients a wide portfolio from freshwater community tanks to saltwater coral reefs. Now, it was not that long ago that I stood in front of you at the Big Idea competition in 2016, and I took those proceeds from my first place winnings and doubled this company's income in 1 year. Now, together, with your next round of seed funds, we'll be able to grow this company by 184%. So with that said, which one of you sharks are ready to jump into a tank with us?
How will these funds help you grow the business? What do you plan on using it for?
These funds are going to do 3 things for us. 1 is it's going to replace failing equipment. 2, it's going to allow us to market to our target audience. And 3, it's going to let us move into the healthcare industry. Currently, this company keeps a very low overhead by operating out of a 2005 Ford F-150. Last year, this truck cost us over $1,000 in fuel costs. We plan on upgrading to a brand new Ford Transit van, which is going to cut our fuel costs down in half to $500 and allow us to reinvest that savings into better marketing activities. Our truck right now, from our mechanic's mouth, is on the last leg. It's got a severe tap, and if this truck dies, we won't be able to service any clients that we currently have.
So who's your biggest competition?
Biggest competition is actually the Bucket Boys. It's the men and women at Petco's and PetSmarts that you come in to buy a fish, and they say, "Hey, I'll come over and I'll help you take care of that tank." But the issue is, when that tank blows up, they're not there anymore, and they don't offer a sense of security to those doctor's offices, lawyers' offices that they're going to be there when that tank blows up. Also, they're there working at Petco and PetSmart. They're not there marketing to these big tanks that we're installing with people.
So in the local area here, are there other service companies?
Correct.
Design and develop?
So based out of Virginia, we have Capital Aquariums along with Reef Escape. Both of those are older companies that are sort of mismanaged, and they're not marketing, they're just taking in what they can get. And they have not grown to this industry to what we have seen in our San Diego, Chicago, and New York markets, where we're seeing our mentors have over 700 accounts apiece, and they're able to bring over $1 million a year with 10 employees and create this industry really what it should be.
How many customers do you have now, John?
Currently, we're sitting with 12 clients.
Well, first, I do remember I was part of the big pitch that you won back in 16, so I'm glad to see that you're still here and still doing it. So what you passed out to us, these tanks that are in the back of this year, are these your tanks?
So everything there with the fantasy logo on it is ours. There's 3 aquariums in there that our manufacturers use to advertise the products that we're able to provide to our clients. So that's the size of the aquarium, the mixture of the aquarium and the equipment, along with the cabinetry that goes around it. All of this stuff we're able to get custom built through our network connections that we've raised, traveling from coast to coast, sitting at conferences with the world leaders inside of the industry for equipment, custom cabinetry, and aquariums.
On an average, what's your return on your investment once you put a tank in from scratch and
Perfect.
your investment in it?
So a tank is paid up fully in front by the client who desires the tank, the healthcare facility, the homeowner, anything of such. Where we make our bread and butter is not in that aquarium install, although we do make money off the wholesale, the livestock, and the install. It's our maintenance. It's returning on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. And we only have a 10% cost of what it takes for us to get a guy there. That's fuel, that's our insurances, our very low overhead of the truck. So we're capitalizing a lot on that maintenance. Average maintenance visits is $150. Only 10% of that is really what's going toward our overhead costs. Average technician can do 4 accounts a day. That's an average of $80 a month, $12,000 a month, or $100,000 a year. So that's how we'll be able to expect. We'll have our aquarium technicians be able to take care of the simpler freshwater aquariums, really the plug-and-play units that I'll be able to set up and get running perfect in a matter of 2 months. And then the saltwater systems that really take a lot of sophistication to run, I'll make sure I keep my hands in those every week. So I keep in touch with the quality.
Have you had any issues with disease?
Correct. So thankfully enough, my family just moved homes, and I am in the basement, and I have a full retail system where every single one of the livestock that we buy wholesale goes through a quarantine process of copper and different chemicals that pulls the issues out of the fish. And they go through that 4 to 6 weeks before they're introduced to our clients' tanks, making sure that we never make one of our clients' tanks.
Do you maintain inventory of fish, or is it all custom?
I maintain an inventory of fish that I can project I'm going to need in the next few months. How I project that is by individuals that I'm currently in the design process with, building a tank, or individuals that I know, hey, what's this fish look like at the front? Can I get that? And I'll go 4 to 6 weeks. I'll have it in, I'll quarantine it, and then I'll put it in your tank and acclimate it for you. I take the risk. Why? I'm the professional.
Where are you currently marketing?
Currently marketing in the Annapolis area. I truly believe the biggest cost in this industry right now is the fuel cost. I'm sticking to Anne Arundel County. We're going to master Anne Arundel County, and we'll expand later on. I do have clients that pull me out to Baltimore and the DC area. I go out to them. I love them. They pay me. But this is where our focus is.
All right, time's up. All right, while we're in this transition, y'all been sitting a long time. Anybody that wants to stand up and stretch, now is your stretch time. All right, well, I'm all about stretching your education then. So let me share with you some additional information because my infomercials never end. Here at Anne Arundel Community College, we believe that completing an associate's degree is not the end. In fact, we know it's just the beginning. And with the generous support from the Radcliffe Foundation, we're able to provide to you 2 unique, super cool opportunities to continue your education by transferring to 4-year universities in the area. The first one is at University of Baltimore, their E-Fellows program. It is very competitive to get into that program, so don't think it's just, oh, you call somebody up and you're in. That's not how it works, but we've seen some passionate, amazing entrepreneurs, and this may be an opportunity for you. At UB, through the funding of the Radcliffe Foundation, you can transfer your associate's degree, earned here at Arundel Community College, to UB and earn a bachelor's degree while building and launching your business idea. We also have another amazing opportunity at Salisbury University. First, though, you have to get accepted to Salisbury into their Purdue School of Business. You reach those milestones, then you have to apply for the transfer scholarship. And that is available for Anne Arundel Community College students who've completed their degree here in business administration, business management, or entrepreneurial studies. You can go there. And how would you feel about having all of your tuition, room, and board paid for at Salisbury University? Can I get a clap? That's pretty clever, right? We actually have one of our graduates, a former Radcliffe scholar here at Arundel Community College. It's at Salisbury right now, taking advantage of that opportunity. Now, how can you find out more?
www.aacc.edu/ESI.
Did you guys hear that? www.aacc.edu/ESI, or come to the open house on May 1st or May 8th. All right, find out more information about those great opportunities. Chef Zach is putting it out. Is that real silverware? Judges, does anybody need to make room? Hand anything off? You guys doing good? Are these your handouts right here? So our next competitor, Martha, hopefully she can't hear me. She's like a one-legged chicken. She injured her foot, so she is on crutches right now. She was in a horrific car accident and actually had 2 surgeries. Yet she is still running her baby and catering business right now, so she's do you have magnets, please? Oh, not in the center. Yeah. We have to do a little hat.
Bring that up here. You keep passing that chocolate. This is good. You have already good for you. That's admirable. No worries. All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting us back on track here, we have Martha Walton from the Happy Chicken Bakery, and a little shout out that she's here on crutches right after having surgery last week, and she's going to rock and roll with it.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Martha Walton, and I'm the proud owner and head pastry chef of Happy Chicken Bakery. If I may, I'd like to take you on a little journey today with the mini meal you have in front of you. You wake up on a beautiful Saturday morning and you think to yourself, I really want brunch today. So, you pack up your family and off to Happy Chicken you go. You and your spouse order the quiche and the Henrietta salad. The quiche of the week features mushrooms from King Farms, and the salad, hand-picked greens from Red Acres Hydroponics. Your kids order the twice-baked French toast, featuring aronia berries from Chester River Aronia. And to top it all off, you have a nice big glass of Mediterranean iced tea from Habanero Farms. You spend the day together laughing, smiling, and making memories. And that is why I created Happy Chicken Bakery. not only as a way to combine my passion and love for baking and food as an art, but as a way to bring together the local farmers and artisans and to serve my local community delicious scratch-made meals and desserts served over laughter and with a side of memories. Today, we are currently booked between now and the end of December almost every weekend with private parties, weddings, open-air farmers markets and festivals, and our very own brunch series at Crow Vineyards. Also, we have recently acquired our first wholesale account with Play It Again Sam's in Chestertown, Maryland. Now, at the time of submission, when I submitted my business plan, Play It Again Sam's was actually listed as competition. Now, they are a proud partner, and you can find our breakfast pastries there every single weekend. Thank you for your time, and I hope you've enjoyed the mini meal I have presented you today.
You mentioned in your business plan that you just purchased a food trailer and you were looking for a brick and mortar location.
Yes.
Could you tell me, just expand a little bit how the food trailer has helped grow and expand your business?
Yes, so we are currently in a rental kitchen, and we are though they are very kind to us, we are very limited with our space there. So this trailer has been a wonderful way for us to store all of our equipment for catering events, markets, festivals, and also it is equipped with storage racks and a commercial refrigerator such that when we go to events, we can take food with us as well. But it is not a catering food truck like some would think. It is mostly for transport and storage.
And so that's the reason you're looking for the brick and mortar location to replace your kitchen that you currently rent?
Yes, because we have a little bit more room to go, but we are starting to outgrow that space.
You also mentioned that you were working with local producers of things like jams and jellies.
Yes.
To sell them.
Yes.
Have you got any?
Yes, we work very closely with several vendors. Chester River Aronia is a big one. They do sort of a niche product. In fact, some of the muffins I delivered this weekend, actually just yesterday to Play It Again Sam's, featured their berries and their jam. Yes.
So who's your number one competition?
Number one competition right now, there are a couple bakeries on Ken Island, which is about 30 minutes away from us. And they do primarily cakes and cupcakes, and that's all that they do. We offer additional things with our breakfast pastries and brunch items and catering items.
The other question I had, so this is excellent, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. The other question I have for you is that, so you're bringing in unique ingredients, right?
Yes.
And there's some seasonality to that,
Yes.
so what's your plan to?
Right now, and we have had that happen, where I have a slew of farms that I use right now, and you can see some of them listed up there. If they don't have something and it's on a menu, I will either try to find a different farm, or I will contact my client and say, I'm sorry, this is not available to me, but here's a substitution that is available. And so far, that has been absolutely fine, and everybody actually really appreciates the fact that I am so conscious of the seasonality and it being local.
How do you plan to staff your storefront?
So right now, as we speak, it is myself and loved ones and family members and colleagues that help me. However, when we do get to that point, we will need to hire a staff. So that would be going back to the chefs here at Arundel and saying, okay, what students need jobs? And start there and then broaden the horizons to outside application and things like that. So yes, that is definitely something that is on the forefront and on the horizon.
And what specifically do you want the $25,000 for the funding?
Right now, so as I mentioned, we are in a rental space, and it does have quite a bit of equipment, but not everything that we need. For example, I'm working with a small mixer right now. So part of the funds would be to purchasing a 20-quart mixer, which would allow us to do multiple batches of things at once. For example, our cake, our buttercream, scones, bread doughs, and things like that. It would allow us to do a lot more and minimize our time, so efficiency, and then other pieces of equipment that we would love to have and use that the kitchen just does not have right now. For example, a sheeter. So we would then be able to expand and do things like croissants and danishes. And it doesn't have a meat slicer right now, so doing deli sandwiches with local meats and cheeses is not an option right now either.
So the food, I'll echo what Bill said, it's fantastic. My question to you is, it sounds like, and I think we get this a lot, this is the 5th or 6th of these sessions I've done and hosted. A lot of times with restaurants and food ideas and businesses, there's the idea or the thought to do a lot of different things to create revenue, right? And just so what I've kind of taken from today is that you do some catering, you have pastries that are in other locations being sold, you have cakes that you make to order. So what is core to Happy Chicken? Like, what is core today,
Yes.
and how is that going to grow to core in the future? What is augmenting that, or what is just kind of added on to just do what you have to do to get revenue now? So.
Absolutely.
And Mark, you got 10 seconds to answer that.
Okay, so, right now, our core, we have 3 sort of core things. That would be our catering, our cakes, and then our open-air farmers markets and festivals. That's core for us right now. Future, our core would be walk-in clients, the cakes, and then catering as well. So that was sort of, there would be a shift in, we would maybe do less markets since we would have a storefront where people could actually come to us all the time, and then focus on that walk-in customer. Thank you very much.
So how many of you right now are saying, wow, these presenters are phenomenal? There are some folks that volunteered a lot of time to help prepare them. So I just want to really quickly acknowledge many of the folks. I'm sure going to miss some, but we had business plan coaches and pitch coaches. Andrew Carlson, who you've already met from Capital One, Joe Cuddy, who's another Capital One banker, Stephanie Goldenberg, who helped with the business plan coaching as well as the pitch coaching, Bill Foreman, who's here, Chip Mortimer, owner of Mortimer Communications, Adjunct Professor Marlene Plumley, Janice Walker, Mojo, who's a small business resource representative with the Maryland Department of Commerce, Office of Business Development, Professor Mikhail Yuan, thank you, as well as some of our faculty mentors, Professor Ken Jarvis, Chef Jarvis, Lou Carloni, LaTanya Eggleston, Brandy Shepard, Reb Beatty. There are a lot of people that spent time with these folks, helping them, whether it was reviewing their financials, working on their pitch. So gratitude to all of you. And for those of you that didn't catch those names, come see us at the open house, because you too can take classes from them.
When is that open house?
May 1st.
What's your room number?
Phone number 410-777-2066. Email esi@aacc.edu. We want to hear from you. We'll take those and hand them down. Grab the napkin, hand those down.
I had to borrow some from Subway. There's chocolate, so better safe than sorry. They're only flourless. They contain real sugar. There's maple syrup in there.
All right, judges, you all ready? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amanda Behrens, owner of Real Food Store Tours. Take it away, Amanda.
Hi there, I'm Amanda. In 2013, I learned I was gluten intolerant. I had to change my whole diet. I had to figure out which foods worked for me and which didn't. Suddenly, a simple trip to the grocery store felt overwhelming. What even was a gluten? How would I find it? I had to navigate that on my own. Then I found Practical Paleo by New York Times bestselling author and nutritionist Diane Sanfilippo. Her work changed my life and inspired me to figure out a way to help others. I've owned my own video editing business since 2005. In 2016, I reached out on a whim. Maybe Diane needed a video editor. I emailed her on a Monday, we had a Skype interview that Friday, and I've been working with her ever since. Now I'm on the front lines of the nutrition industry. I've been a part of the launch of 3 online programs and 2 best-selling books. Every day I'm watching, listening, and learning. I launched my own business last summer, Real Food Store Tours. Last summer I launched my own business, Real Food Store Tours. From day one, I had referrals from Annapolis chiropractor, Dr. John Mitchie. His support and industry connections have been invaluable. Real Food Store Tours specializes in something no one else does. One-on-one grocery store tours tailored to meet my clients' specific needs. Together, we venture through the aisles, hunt down sneaky ingredients, decipher food labels, and translate yes-no lists into actual food in someone's shopping cart, and in turn on their plate. I am their Sherpa on the mountain at the grocery store. I've had 3 clients so far, and I'm taking all that I've learned, all that I wish I'd had in 2013, and using it to empower them as Diane empowered me. With your investment today, we can continue to grow Real Food Store Tours to meet its mission, empowering real people with real food. Thank you so much.
I'll jump in. I'm glad to see you here because I remember at the kickoff, you had some questions, right?
I did, yes.
I'm glad that you got to this point, so thank you for that, following through with it. So,
Thank
with this business specifically, is there any required certification or anything that you need to have to provide this level of guidance for your customers?
So what I did initially is I am a real food coach right now. That is not anything that's certified or regulated. However, I recognize that people, customers, are looking for that. And so what I'm doing now is I'm actually, by the end of May, I'll be a certified personal trainer, which puts me on the track to also become a certified health coach. And so I'll have letters after my name to be able to give people that sort of sense of security of having someone that's certified. But honestly, to be able to go out and help people with these things right now, which I can do that. And I also have liability insurance through a company called Alternative Balance. And they provide me as a student liability insurance that will transition with me once I'm certified. So I've got that as well, just for that extra level of protection.
So right now you go with your customer to the grocery store and help them pick out foods and that type of thing?
That's exactly right, yes.
Okay, so do you charge, is it an hourly rate or do you charge them a fee to do that? And what is that?
Yes, so what I do is I actually have a program, so it's set up in 3 parts. It's actually coaching, so wellness coaching, which we do through coaching calls, to set up, what's your why are you here, what are your goals, what foods are you trying to add or avoid, and how do we kind of set up the process of translating that into the real food. And then we go into the grocery store together, so it's not kind of a blind thing. We have an idea, they know me, and we can do that together. And that's been, and it's a one-on-one basis as well. And then the third component, which is new, and this has come through having the 3 customers that I've had, hearing them say, I wish there was just something just a little bit more. So what I'm working on now is developing a client workbook that will also address those same kinds of things, finding your why. Why are you here? Why are you making this change? Guiding them through it, giving them tips and tricks for what to do, what to expect, and also recipes. And that's how that ties into the cookies that I have for you today. So translating real food, or translating ingredients into real food that you actually eat, not just pretty that you look at.
So do you go to the grocery store that they usually use?
So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to Trader Joe's here in Annapolis. There are a couple of reasons for that. One is that it's a store, it's a much smaller store, so I know that I can navigate it in about an hour with someone. It's also a place that I know what pricing is going to look like, and it's actually a lot more affordable than people think. I know I'm on my own kind of real food journey. I originally thought that was going to be more of like a specialty boutique shop, and I got in there and like, oh my gosh, all this gluten-free stuff that I need to eat now, all these like organic things are so much more affordable than at some of the larger chains. But I'm hoping to ultimately expand beyond that. It's more just to keep it one location so I can continue to learn and then expand out from there.
So you said that no one currently is offering this level of detail, so there's no other local competition around?
So interestingly enough, so one person who I had initially thought was going to be competition, but I wanted to network with him just to find out kind of what the market was looking like in the area. His name is Michael Salustio. He is a trainer and a certified nutritionist at Evolutions in Annapolis. And met up to talk with him about the business. And originally he said, yeah, we actually do grocery store tours. And, and as we were talking, he's like, actually it's kind of like herding cats, trying to make it happen, trying to coordinate people's schedules and all this because we do it as a group. He said, so if I ended up having a person that just kind of wanted to do a one-off, could I grab your card and refer them to you? So it started as a no and it turned into a yes. So I thought that was pretty neat.
So do you see your clients as, long-term, kind of like you think people that have personal trainers for like life or a life coach, it's not a beginning date and an end date, or are you looking at it as kind of helping someone like yourself who didn't know anything about this to teach them a skill so that they work with you for a while and then they've kind of gotten it and they don't need your help anymore? How do you see your clients?
So I think it's ultimately going to depend on the person. But what I would like to have is clients that, they go through, I'd love to have clients that go through and they learn and they can move on and then through word of mouth refer other people, hey, I really needed this help and I got it. But I also think there are going to be people who need additional store tours to kind of help really hammer some of that in because it's really a learning process. So I offer a discounted rate to do a follow-up store tour with me so we build on what we've got and move forward from there. My lovely assistant, everyone. My other lovely assistant. Sorry.
Round two. Romy, are these the judges?
Yes.
Yeah. Judges are rocking it, okay? You guys may not be able to see, but they have these scoring sheets, and they're making notes, and they're working hard, and, oh, that's right, they're eating a lot. No. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Romy Clark,
of Street Trash Inc. and her able assistant, Eli.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Romy Clark, and I'm the proud founder of Street Trash Inc. I have worked in the fashion industry for 22 years, and my passion is fashion. With this passion and a couple, with this passion, coupled with my goals to be the first prominent female streetwear designer, led me to the creations of Street Trash Inc. Last year, I did a 10-month concept of 5 garments. Last year, I did a 10-month concept consisting of 5 garments. These garments are made from upcycling materials, 100% cotton. I turn trash into treasures. Just 2 weeks ago in the Wall Street Journal, there was an article on high-end fashion. It was the hottest new trend in high-end fashion, and it was high-end designers using upcycled materials. Streetwear is a $300 billion industry and is trending and is growing rapidly. Through social media and my Closet of Rome website and my Closet of Rome referrals, I was able to sell 45 pieces. The cost of those pieces were $900, and I made a $9,000 profit. I had international sales including Tokyo and Japan, and today I am asking for $25,000 to manufacture and market the line. Through my concept test, launching the 5 garments, and my market research, I think it's the perfect time to launch Street Trash Inc. Thank you. This was my utility jacket, one of my top sellers, $3,700, and this was my bib t-shirt, and I sold $1,900. And this is my handmade headband that I made.
All right, judges, to you.
Where do you sell the most at? Is it like the online platforms, events, stores?
I have an image consulting business, Closet of Rome, and I have a huge clientele list. Also, I market the line on social media and used Ultra Boost on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, my gorgeous sons got me a lot of sales, a lot of male clients. So I was able to show that the streetwear culture and lifestyle is from a teenage age, and I'm 40 years old. So we style it different, but we love it. So I want to be the first female prominent streetwear designer. It's no women in there. I have no women competition right now. It's a male dominant industry. And it's projected by 2020 that women will be dominating the streetwear industry. So I researched 2 manufacturers, and right now one is $14,000 to manufacture, and one is $16,000. And of course, I want to do like press kits and really good marketing, and do magic in Vegas.
Okay, so my question, so the startup cost, the funds will be used to produce the line of clothes that you've concept tested,
Because
right?
the demand is there, and I am like hand making all this stuff.
So you're hand making everything, so now it's not, you need to put it into a more of a mass production. Obviously not mass production, but compared to you making it all by hand, it's gonna be much larger, right? So you said you had one manufacturer, have you shopped that around to multiple ones, or where are you in that process? Is it just the one?
Well, I'm actually getting prototypes done from one manufacturer
Okay.
that I decided to use. They are based out of London, and they're making the clothes in Thailand, and they're a streetwear manufacturer.
Okay, so you settle on a manufacturer, you have that they're doing concept, that you're sending it all back to you, so you're at that point in time.
Yes.
So now it's just stock, we then stock inventory, or will they manage the shipping and all that stuff as well, once it's all produced?
I'm gonna do like, in the streetwear industry, we do drops, because this is an environmentally friendly line, and I don't want to have a bunch of merchandise. So I will have small orders,
Okay.
and I'm gonna send out catalogs and create catalog books, so they'll know what the fall delivery is. My Valentine's Day delivery, I'm gonna do a Mother's Day delivery because it's gonna be, you know, geared towards women, but of course I have male customers. And I also will still do customized pieces for my clients. So I'm gonna do small delivery drops.
Okay.
To keep the height up.
So how many clients do you currently have?
Right now, 62 that are waiting for my next new. This is the prototypes of my fall sweater for men and women. And it's like an oversized, hand-dyed, 100% cotton.
And have you sent any pieces out to try to get an uptake from one of the local celebrities?
That's what I want to do the professional press kit with. I have 3 in mind.
What do you consider your risks for bringing goods in from overseas?
Late deliveries, that's the biggest thing, because I was a designer in New York City for 16 years, and so sometimes I would have to go get the samples to present to the buyers and make sure the goods will be on time, so I will have to do the same
And
thing.
you're looking at one source, Thailand right now?
Yes. Vietnam is the second manufacturing company that I want to do, and they have a local office in Virginia, and she speaks English really well, and she's back and forth. She is doing a couple of my accessories right now, so I have prototypes being made from both, so then I can finalize it for my fall delivery.
So are you going to do prepaid orders, or?
That's what I did for this line.
So you'll have prepaid prior to the drop?
Yes.
All right, judges, we got about 40 seconds left. Time for another question if you want to get one more in. Ready, good? Nick? Tyler, you do? How's everybody doing? Good. Good. Hands in the air. Yay, good stuff. Live streaming audience, are you guys hitting the refrigerator right now? That's just not fair. There'll be snacks soon. Snacks for all soon. I know you might have to borrow Dalton's 2005 pickup. All right, so my very last infomercial is actually gratitude for all of you. Our live audience, I see students, I see faculty, I see some of our staff. I'm just really grateful that all of you are here to support our students. They have worked really, really hard to get to this point. They've had to compete, they've had to prepare. You know, the hardest thing of all things in life to do is stand up in front of people and speak. And they had the courage to not only submit their plan and put it forward for lots of critique, but then when they were invited to move forward, they stepped up and they said, I'm going for it. And they've gone for it.
So I'm very excited to introduce to you, last but certainly not least, our final competitor in this year's business pitch competition, Tyler Lowe with TL Squared Woodworking.
How you guys doing today? Let me ask you a question. When is the last time you were in your home and a piece of furniture made you smile? Today, furniture is manufactured with a disregard for uniqueness built in big factories. The company was inspired by my late great-grandfather. Around the age of 10, he started introducing me to woodworking techniques, building simple picture frames and tables that are still in his home today. Late August 2017, I took a trip down to his farm in Alabama. It was in his workshop, reminiscing on the past memories we had. And I picked up his old saw, like you see on the bottom, as well as an old dusty pallet that I found in his barn. I brought that back to Maryland and I built this coffee table here at the top. Not alone is this a purpose in my home that I see, but his legacy is in it every time I look at it. At TL2 Woodworking, we take reclaimed materials like pallets, wood scraps, and tree slabs like you see in this one here. As of November 2017, we've sold to over 45 customers with a 25% retention rate, as well as sold pieces on this campus, including this piece here and that coffee table. Today, we are asking for when we sell pieces to each customer, we not only want to sell them a piece, but give them a purpose. We want to work with them very closely to remind them why it's here, where it came from. Today, we're asking for $10,000 in regards to expanding our shop and making it a more efficient workshop and equipment, as well as expanding our marketing resources, hiring help, and hiring more help for our accounting purposes. So as our company continues to grow, I invite you to join our journey and become a part of our story. Thank you very much.
Go for it, Davenport.
Do you have a local shop currently now?
My current location is out of my own garage, out of a 3-car garage, and I work out of one of those car garages, and it's half of that. So my space is very limited, but with the space I have, I make it very efficient. And with the additional tools, I can reduce the cost of building of each piece. Because right now, I may not have enough equipment to make the piece, so I have to venture out to another woodworker to use his own equipment, and that would reduce the cost.
And you're also planning to use the money to get another space, or is it just right now it's about getting the equipment?
Right now, it's the equipment, and then we'll revise that plan next year.
Jump in. Well, first off, my wife was watching the live stream, but she's picking up the kids right now. So I'm happy about that with the furniture. So my question to you is how do you sell today? So you sold 45 clients today, right? So are those one-on-one in the market, in the area here? Like, obviously, I saw you sold one of these pieces. Well, yeah, that one, because we were here earlier this year. Or do you have like an online presence like on an Etsy or some of those different
So we are currently using our website, which we have recently upgraded, and that has an e-commerce system built into it, as well as we're at the Carlson Farmers Market every Thursday, which is currently happening now, from 3:30 to 6:30, selling pieces. Those pieces are detailed in your packets. They have little pieces, chalkboards. That's basically a sample of what customers can see I can build. And then they mostly come to me with leads that they want to see built. Like I have custom spice cabinets, floating shelves have been really popular lately, and mainly of that. We can also be reached through Home Advisor as a big source right now, as well as we're expanding into Etsy, hopefully in the fall.
So you do small pieces that you buy at farmers market that you can go all the way to like, it's like $1,000 piece. That's like a custom.
Yeah, this was all custom.
All custom.
And this I found a lady came towards me because she couldn't find any dog crate nearby that functioned as an entryway table as well as a functional piece in her home. Sure.
Who's your #1 competition?
My competition is Andrew Ryan Carpentry. He's on the island as well as East Coast Woodworks. They are, I believe, in Graysonville. The bulk of their building is custom pieces, that's it. They don't do any small pieces to get in the farmers markets or anything. It's basically big custom pieces, and they are using all brand new material. I can use brand new material as well, but my focus is on reclaimed material because that's the trend in the furniture business right now.
So where do you get your materials?
My materials are sourced through local stores, currently a outdoor furniture store in Reasonville, Maryland. They have a lot of pallets coming from Glen Burnie using stove parts, as well as restaurants who have a lot of pallets. I recently just got, I believe, 35 pallets for $50. So my material cost is extremely low, it's little to none, or I can pick it up free from flooring companies. That's like the bulk of it. And if I need anything for a customer, I venture out to a larger manufacturer.
Are you outsourcing any part of this production, or is this all in-house that you're doing?
This is all in-house. I build every piece that I see here.
In 5 years, where do you hope your company will be?
5 years, we hope to be in a Can Island Industrial Park, business park where PRS Guitars is, an expanded shop, as well as hiring a head of marketing I'm currently working with a engineer who's up and coming in Anne Arundel County. He plans to implement his ideas in every piece you see here and make the cost of labor cheaper, as well as the material cost.
What tools do you need? What are you planning?
Tools regarding its planers, saws, biscuit joiners, basically to piece this together, make it more flat. Industrial planer regards to the hand planer, and I believe that list should be planned in that folder. Yep, it should be in there. But there's I believe around 60 items.
So your current clients, you ask them for referrals, and you give them any incentive to refer?
So referrals, there's not really a referral plan right now, just because I'm located at my house as well as the farmer's market. So if they see me there, they can come to me personally. But with regards to discounts off pieces, there's currently none because I value my work. And if they want to, it's true. If they want to pay the price, that's good, but I want to see the furniture go to a good home. That's my kind of ideal.
All right, 5 seconds. All right, while the judges are doing their final calculations, I appreciate if everybody will just stay for a few minutes. These events don't happen on their own, and so there's a lot of people that we need to thank. I want to acknowledge Ed Sparks, who's behind the camera, as well as Jeff Wood and the AV team. I also want to acknowledge our public relations and marketing team. Their designers, Ben, Ashley, the whole group, Joe Bennett, they're awesome. They helped us create a lot of the design material, the marketing material, get the word out. We're very grateful for their support and everything that we do. I also want to do a shout out to our amazing team members. I see a couple of them here. Alex, Jack, Maria, you guys put your hands in the air. They're our work study students. I also want to acknowledge Steve Barry. I don't see Heather here, but Heather Harrington. Cindy Edson, she's the newest member of our team, and boy, she's hit that ground running. She's putting everything together. And finally, and for those of you that know, yes, I have and saved the best for last, and I'm so glad that she got to scoot out of jury duty early. The person who has sweated every detail, has dotted every I, crossed every T, been planning this since August. Stephanie, come on down and get Mrs. Radcliffe wants to capture the moment. Awesome. Stephanie is super talented, creative. She's come up with so many new ideas to reach more people, from live streaming, just all the different access. And so I'm just so grateful to have such a talented team of individuals that I get to work with. I also want to acknowledge again our judges, super talented. You guys have no idea how much time they invested in reading all the submissions prior to this. to then see the pitches come forward today. So thank you, judges. Thank you to our judges that were part of this. Okay, so here's what happens next. I'm going to gather the judges. Judges, gather all your stuff. If you need some assistance, we can grab some of our students to help carry things for you if that's necessary. I'm going to sequester the judges in the room. All of you, after we leave the room, can move over into the nook where we'll have some refreshments for you while the judges have the difficult challenge of determining who receives what awards. Now, for those of you that want to know more about the Entrepreneurial Studies Institute and Arundel Community College in this competition, what are you going to do? Come to the open house, May 1st or May 8th. I see one question. Yes. Where's the nook? The nook is right around the corner on the second floor, and there's some folks at the top of the steps that will show you where to go. All right, thank you all for being here.